Hello Earth Angel and welcome to Auric Asana. Today's practice is for Pisces season. Now I've been learning a lot more about Pisces through the experience of this zodiac season, and I'm sure you are experiencing similar things. So I'll sort of go through what I find really beautiful about this sign. So it is the last sign in the zodiac, so we're coming to the end of the zodiac year, and it is a water sign, a mutable water sign. And as the last water sign, the first is Cancer, which has its hard shell and pinchers. Then we have Scorpio, again hard shell, pinchers, stinger, and then we have Pisces, this fish with no armor, fully submerged in the etheric waters. So if you think about the arts and those mystical states of like the flow state that we get into when we have our best ideas, or when we become that channel for divine ideas to come through, we're speaking about Pisces energy, and Pisces is this depiction of swimming in that etheric water. It's where those intuitive revelations come through. So I think that's beautiful, and I feel like if you are a writer, if you're a creator, if you are just a person in general, tapping into those states is really important for you to connect to your subconscious and what is coming through, what is being elaborated in your world from your subconscious. So now Pisces in the body is interesting as well. Pisces rules the feet and the lymphatic system. So the feet are your connection to Earth in the same way that our subconscious pretty much rules about 80% of what comes into manifest reality here on the Earth. And our feet are really sensitive and have these connections to all these energy channels throughout our body, the meridians. So that's why different acupressure points on your feet connect to different organs in your body. So we'll be doing a little bit of massage through our feet today. And additionally, the lymphatic system's primary purpose is moving and balancing the lymphatic waters of the body. Now it goes even deeper, that this Piscean lymphatic water is a mechanism of dissolution in the body. So it dissolves and flushes out toxins, as well as dissolves fats and vitamins in our food to be used as nourishment. So really important system. We'll be doing some lymphatic massage to help stimulate the drainage of our lymph. So this Pisces connection to channeling inspiration does relate to the feet as well, as the feet are more sensitive and our feet connect with anything that they touch. So it's that channel for energy coming in and leaving the body, similar to our hands and the top of our head. So essential oil foot massage, reflexology, grounding are all practices centered upon the feet as these energetic doorways. So this month is a great time for gua sha, lymphatic drainage, self-massage of the feet, grounding practices, standing barefoot on the earth, and also just coming back to those flow state activities where, you know, taking a bath, taking a shower, doing some just free writing to see what comes through is really great during this Pisces season. So we'll start today's practice. I wore like the most covered shirt, so you won't be able to see as well where we'll be doing the lymphatic massage, but you can find your collarbones to start. If you'd like to grab a gua sha tool or any oils, we'll spend a few minutes here just giving ourselves a little lymphatic massage. So cross your hands, find the tops of your clavicles, and we'll just gently push down and draw toward the center of our body. If it feels comfortable, you can begin breathing in and out through the nose. And see if you can drop your awareness down into the fluid nature of the body, tuning into the flow of lymph in your body. And then we'll move a bit higher to just about here, where we'll do a gentle pinch and pull down. Again, deep breaths in through the nose if that's comfortable. Breathing into the space of the belly. And those are two beautiful morning rituals to get your lymph flowing for the day. Now, staying seated, we'll be staying nice and grounded in today's practice. Take your left hand under your seat. Take a seat on your hand to lock it down, and then we'll drop right ear to right shoulder. Send the breath into that left side of the neck. Inhale to come back up, and then opposite hand under the seat, opposite ear to shoulder. Send the breath into the side of the neck. Roll the shoulders out, release the hand from under your seat. We'll find a nice seated twist. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, twist one direction, opposite hand to knee, other hand behind the spine. Inhale to lengthen tall through the base of your spine up to the crown of your head, and maybe the gaze comes over the back shoulder. Inhale back through center. Stretch nice and tall, let the spine come back to neutral, and then exhale over to the other side. Again, grounding through the base of the spine, inhaling up the length of the spine, out the crown of the head. You can start to bring the gaze over the right shoulder if that feels comfortable. Take a big sigh, let any energy that's come up flow out, and then we'll come onto hands and knees. Bring the knees right underneath of the hip bones, and we'll start to work into the feet here. So planting onto the balls of the feet. Spread the fingers wide, press down through the knuckles. Watch the elbow creases so that they are still facing each other, and then we'll start to gently sink the heart, dragging the heart through the frame of the shoulders. Lift the chin, breathe into the front of the body, and then exhale, round out. Press out through the hands, round out through the spine, and then just flow between those two places, maybe bringing your attention to your sacral chakra here, which corresponds with Pisces, the water element, as well as that creative energy that we all have within us. Find a couple more. And then we'll stretch into the foot. Extend the left leg back, ground onto the ball of the foot. Gentle push back through the hands, reaching out through the left heel. Cross the leg over to the right. Again, a little push back just to get a nice stretch through the left side line of the body. And then come back to center. Extend the right leg now, plant onto the ball of the foot. Little push out through the heel. And then again, cross that right leg over to the left. Little push out again, just so you're feeling some length through the right line of the body. Come back to center, and then we'll find a nice long plank position, both legs extended out. Take a moment here. Bring your attention to the feet. A lot of the time we are focused on the upper body and the core. See if you can feel the strengthening happening through your feet, top of the feet as well. And then we'll shift into downward dog. Take a few breaths here. Keep wide through the collarbone. Pedal out through the heels, and then settle into stillness for a few breaths. Feel the fluid nature of the breath as it rolls in and back out. Deep belly breaths here. Then we'll find a flow back down to table. Just let the knees hover and then shift back into downward dog. Find that 4 more times, feeling really fluid in the flow of your body. Take a breath in downward dog, and then we'll find a wave forward into plank as if you're moving through cat. Find a steady, strong plank, and then bend the knees like you're going through cow, back into downward dog. Find that about 4 more times. If you're feeling any strain on the wrists, rest the wrists in child's pose or another pose of your choice. One more. And then float into plank. We'll lower down to the forearms and come back up onto the wrists. Opposite forearm leads this time. And we'll find that a couple more times. Doesn't have to look any particular way. Just building a bit of heat, solar energy in the body. Now come all the way down to the earth. Roll the shoulders back and take a moment of rest in Sphinx. Staying wide across the collarbones again. Imagine that lymphatic drainage we did today has really opened up flow of energy through your body, and you're resting and just noticing it here. Lower the head down, hands come under the shoulders, stretch back into child's pose. Take another couple of breaths to rest. And then lift back into table. We're going to find a side plank variation. So we're gonna come onto the right side and the right knee's gonna be down. Sorry, I lied. We're gonna come all the way down to the side onto the forearm, and we will still rest on the outside of that right knee, lifting into this side plank position, floating the left leg up and back down. Keep pushing into the right forearm, staying wide across the collarbone. And this is a really challenging shape. We have this short lever here that's isometrically engaging, and then we have this long lever here. So you'll feel a lot of work being done through the side of the bum. Find a couple more. And then lower down, we'll turn onto the other side. So side forearm plank here, stacking shoulder over elbow. You can either have a fist pushing into the earth or the palm. We have this short lever. I feel like you can't see me because I'm all black here. And then we'll lift the hips up, feeling that oblique start to work, and then just floating that right leg up. So getting some work through the sides of the glutes here. This is a weak area for a lot of us because we tend to move in more linear ways. And lower down to rest. Come back into forearm plank here and step the feet back. Now there's a lot of planking happening, and it's because anything that strengthens the feet is great during Pisces season. So from here, we're gonna stretch forward, rolling onto the toes, and then reach the heels back. Find that about 4 more times. Now lowering down, resting again in Sphinx pose. So we'll find a couple more variations of these forearm planks and take a lot of time to keep open through the front of the heart. At any time, if you're feeling any pain in the shoulders, elbows, or wrists, you'll want to listen to your body. And hopefully you are feeling this activation through the abs, the side of the abs. So next, lifting into forearm plank, coming onto the balls of the feet. We'll lower the hips down to one side, come back to center, and over to the other. Get a nice stretch into the side of the body, staying connected to the feet. Find it a couple more times each side. And lower down. Resting in Sphinx if that's comfortable. Any other rest pose is cool. And yeah, just we're working a lot of these tinier spots that we don't usually in our day-to-day. Okay, we're gonna find one more little flow between two poses, starting in our, I think it's our last forearm plank. And from here, push the fists together and we'll float into dolphin and then back to our forearm plank. Find that a couple of times. Really reaching the hips high, staying planted through the balls of the feet and wide across the collarbone. You'll feel this most likely in your abs tomorrow. Lower the knees down and we'll rest in child's pose. Now, staying on the knees in thunderbolt pose, we'll come to find a deep toe stretch. So plant the balls of the feet and then sit the bum onto the heels, hands come to the thighs. We'll take about 5 slow rounds of breath here, stretching into the feet. This will invigorate that Pisces energy, and then we'll look to soothe it. After those 5 breaths, shift forward, pat out the tops of the feet, and then we'll come to seated. So now for the nice foot massage part. So we'll come to Baddha Konasana for a few breaths, wrapping the hands around the ankles, lengthen tall, and breathe into the inner line of the legs. Now we'll find a nice foot massage. So let's start on the left foot here, and you'll push your thumbs gently into the arches of your feet. Now you can find this nice kind of stroke from the heel toward the ball of the foot, or maybe we're just pushing in and finding those acupressure points. So there's lots of meridians that go from the feet into all areas of our body. So by stimulating them here, we're helping with the flow of that energy in our bodies. You'll know when you find a spot that's tight or sore, and you can spend some extra time there. Just taking in that information. And then we'll move to the other foot. So these practices, the lymphatic massage, little foot massage, they don't take up a lot of time to do, so they're great to incorporate in your day-to-day through Pisces season or at any time. And coming back to this practice is great to work on those tiny stabilizer muscles that will help support your practice, help support the functional movements in your daily life. And now we'll look to start closing down our practice. So if you have a wall nearby, we will end with legs up the wall. Or if you have a bolster or a block, you can use that under your sacrum for a variation of legs up the wall. We'll come and plant our feet and lower our way down to start with Happy Baby. So draw the knees into the chest and slowly rock side to side, massaging into the low back. Draw some circles with the knees and change directions. And then drawing the knees toward the armpits, flex the feet, hands grab the blade of the feet as if you're standing on the sky. Breathe into the belly. Keep plugging the arms into the shoulder sockets as you draw the knees toward the armpits. It's okay if they come a bit wider or closer, whatever feels most natural in your body. And see if you are experiencing a nice energizing openness through the inner line of the legs, through the feet. One more breath. And lower the feet down. We'll find a reclined twist while we're here on our back. You can plant the feet, shift them a little to the right, draw the knees in, and lower them to stack towards the left. You can take one hand on top of the knee and outstretch the other if that feels comfortable. Maybe closing down the eyes. And tuning into the flow of energy up and down the length of the spine. longer. Or you're welcome to come back to center with the knees, shift the hips to the middle, over to the left, and then draw the knees into the chest and let them lower down to the right. Open the left arm out. Let the breath flow naturally in and out. Again, staying here as long as you need to feel grounded, comfortable. And from here, we'll move to either legs at the wall or variation using a bolster or a block, where you can bring your prop under your sacrum to a place where you can fully let go of the weight of the body. And then you can stay here or lift the legs to the sky, stack them in such a way that they feel weightless. They're just floating, and then bring the attention to that waterfall sensation of the lymph and the blood draining back to the core of the body. Bend the knees in. Just let the knees rest in. Taking a little weight off the middle of the back. Feeling this appreciation for the magic of the connection our feet have to the rest of the body, to the earth, to our fluid nature, and how important our lymphatic system is. I'd say it's super important, and a lot of yoga shapes are actually designed around the lymphatic system. And it's a good reminder that it really does help with cleansing, releasing toxins, and also absorption of minerals and vitamins, fat soluble ones. Anyways, let it roll to one side. I'm letting myself get carried away with the magic of the body here. I hope that this Pisces season practice is meaningful and resonates with you and gives you some takeaways that you could incorporate on their own, or if you can just come back to this practice a couple of times throughout the season. If you have any questions or any experiences with this practice that you'd like to share, I'd love to hear from you. Otherwise, I love you so much. Happy Pisces season, and look forward to another year of AstroYoga practice to support you all.